So today we're going to start learning about object-oriented programming. We're going to use Java, mostly because it's the language I know the best, but there are actually a lot of good reasons why we might want to use Java. Java is a pretty popular programming language right now. I don't remember the exact numbers, but a significant portion of programmers choose that. It is probably their main language. And Java has a couple of good reasons why you might want to look into it. One is that it's platform independent, which doesn't necessarily always mean that you can write your code once and then run it on any platform. That's kind of the intended goal, but one of the big benefits is that Java, the code pretty much looks the same whether you're on a Mac or you're on a Windows machine or on Linux. So it has that big advantage. But another great big advantage that Java has, it has an enormous standard library, and the library is pretty well documented. That basically means that pretty much anything you decide you want to do within Java, you can find a standard way to do it without having to get too crazy with somebody else's code. The first lesson for learning how to program some object-oriented code with Java is going to be on installing the actual system for compiling and writing code and building programs with Java. Problem is, this is probably a pretty boring lesson, but we'll try to get through it quickly, and then we can move on to actually writing some code. So the first thing you want to do is open up a browser. I've got my Chrome window here all ready to go, and the place where you get Java is actually Oracle. So we're going to type in oracle.com. You can see here we get this great big page, and Java is a big deal, right? Create the future with Java 8. It's pretty exciting. Yeah, got a red-headed girl. She's very excited about this. She's, looking in the distance. Hopefully, I don't know, some programmer, or maybe she's thinking about programming Java 8 or something. It's all right. That's good. So we want to download Java. So we go to Downloads and we get this giant pop-up here. We want to go right over here to Java for Developers. So we can get this from the Oracle Corporation. It used to be Sun Microsystems, and Sun Microsystems used to build a lot of servers and other technologies back, when the internet was just getting big. But Oracle bought Sun a couple of years ago, and they've taken over Java. So we go to the Java page, and we want to make sure we get the right thing. So we want to get the Java Development Kit, or the JDK. You can see we're up to version 8 right now. We don't want to get the standard edition because that's just going to have the system for running Java programs without actually the systems to, or the code, or the programs to build your own Java programs. So we want to get the Java Development Kit. Looks like 8U5 is the latest version. I'm going to click this download button, and this is going to take me to the Development Kit downloads page, and it lets me download pretty much anything here. If you want to get for an ARM processor, you probably don't care about that right now. So let's take a look here. Let's see what we have. We have Linux, we have 64-bit systems, we have 32-bit systems. For some reason, they always say x64 for 64-bit and x86 for lots of historical reasons, but if you're on a 64-bit system, you probably want to get the x64. We have Solaris here, we have Windows, but I'm on a Mac, so I'm going to get the download here. Before I can download that, I have to accept the license agreement, which I don't know. I'm sure it has lots and lots of stipulations on the things I can and can't do. I probably have to name my my second-born child Oracle maybe now. So I go ahead and click this link to download this, and it's about 200 megabytes, so it takes a little bit of time. Now, fortunately, I've already downloaded it, so we can just wait for the, you want to wait for this download, but I'll hit cancel, and I'm going to minimize this, and we're going to take the one I already saved. Here we go. We're going to double-click this. You can see here we're opening it up. It's very exciting. And then we have our DMG. All we have to do is double click on that package, get this nice little installer, hit continue a bunch of times, agree to whatever they ask me to do. Go ahead and put in my password. We're writing files. This only takes a couple of seconds. Oh, about a minute. That's many seconds. Here we go, running package scripts, validating packages. All right, very good. So we can get API documentation, all sorts of stuff on the internet if you click that whole link there. But oh, hey, oh, here we go. There we go. So Java Standard Edition, lots and lots of information here. It's very, very exciting. We'll get into some of that stuff in the next lesson. So I'm going to go ahead and close this, and just to make sure that this is actually installed properly, we're going to check our terminal. So the way we get to our terminal, we're going to go ahead and open our Finder and go into our applications, and you can see lots and lots of applications here. We're going to go find that utilities folder, and in that utilities folder we should have an application called terminal.app. We want to double click terminal.app, and this is going to tell us going to open up our terminal, and this is how we can actually type commands into the computer. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is I want to make sure that I have Java, so I'm going to type in Java and see what happens. I should get, oh, we get a whole lot of text. That's great. So we get all this great stuff. So I'm going to type Java -version and hit enter. And you can see here I have 1.8.0_05. See that right here, and that's probably good news. It's probably the one I want. If I type Java C, I should get a big list of things that I can do with the Java compiler. Looks pretty good. Okay, this is good. We're in good shape. So this will get us started. The next lesson we'll actually start talking about what we can do with Java, and how we can write some programs. So the important thing, go to oracle.com, find the Java Development Kit download, take a look at the terminal by going into your applications window and going into utilities, finding terminal. We want to double click that. You might actually want to just pin that to your dock. I have mine right here, you see, because we're going to be using that in the next couple of lessons. So like I said, not the most interesting lesson so far, but hopefully they'll get more interesting in the next lesson.